This is Maul. And this is Ben. Ben came first. Maul doesn't like to be last. He's very excited about his new TV show. But Ben had his TV show first. So Maul wanted his nameplate first. I spend way too much time on MakerWorld drooling over other people's designs. No, I haven't printed an entire marble run, like days and days and days worth of printing because I saw it on there. Honestly, I haven't. But I did see this nameplate. MakerWorld have the perfect tool for making this picture that I want, because I want to do the eyes of Maul looking at me, judging me every time I go to my printer. It's called Chroma Canvas and it's free. And you literally just go in, pick a picture. Mine's from the comic, black, white and red. I have the comic. I don't really do comics, but you know, Maul, I always make an exception for you. And what I like about it is just that piercing stare. But I'm probably going to swap the white, the comics are only in black, white and red, clues in the title, to yellow. Now, when you import it into the canvas, you pick the colourways. Thankfully, they already had a black, white and red one, so I could literally just click that, select my printer, and then download it. And this is what you get. It all looks black, but worry not. As soon as you slice it, as long as you're in the filament setting that shows the colours, you'll see the picture that you want. Now, how to make this into a nameplate? Well, you can see the top layers print as white. The bottom layer, well, the middle layers print as red and the bottom layers print as black. But how to turn these wally nameplates that just slide on and slot in, how to turn those into Maul? Well, I spend all day designing 3D prints for a living, so I immediately reached for my trusty blender. You can do this in whatever 3D program you have. Now, the first thing I did was clean out all the Wally stuff. The second thing I did was make an extra top plate that I could put flat, so when I print it, I only have 2 or 3 colour changes. I've got an AMS, but they're still quite wasteful. Once I'd done all that, and I had a piece that would slot into another piece, I got on with Maul. Now he comes in just looking like this. The information on the colours is actually in the slicer, not in the file. But that's easy enough to do. If you pop over to the slicer, you can see the layer heights that they have chosen to make a certain colour. But I actually chose to create 3 layers of booleans, one for black, one for red, one for white, and to slice the file into 3 levels that I could then cut to the right shape before taking back into the slicer. Yet next time I'll just do the layers in the slicer. It'll be quick, it'll be much quicker. And then all I would need to do is cut out the right shape on the face just to take there. We have his face, now we need his name. I pulled in a Darth Maul logo. It was too big. I only have a small amount of space to fit it onto the logo section. So I cut out Maul himself. I'm sure there are many fancy ways to bring in this logo and create it. I could have used a displacement map, but it's quite low resolution and it's very pixelated. You can see all the blockiness on it. Sometimes it's quicker just to get on. I created a cube, extruded it, and made Maul's logo. I duplicated the logo and cut out the black background, leaving the red logo. So when it comes to print, it's actually 2 separate objects, so it will print it in the 2 colours. Back in the slicer, I imported my faceplate. It's 3 separate pieces, but I imported them as one model, so it keeps them in the right orientation. Then all I have to do is click and go in and choose the colour. It's really that simple. The logo is slightly different as I exported both parts together. So I just bring it in and then I go into the colour, multicolour tool basically, and I use the fill option and I select each of the individual parts and colour them red. Now let's talk layer height. I've only got a 0.4 nozzling, it's not going to be that exact, and I probably want to print the base part at 0.2 just for time. but I want the top to be at 0.08. Now, there's a tool in most slicers for that. It's called variable height. So I selected the top bit where it's going to be multicolour, and I put on basically a 0.08 at the top, and it's 0.2 once you hit the solid black. What this means is it can build up more variety of colours than it would if it just had 1 or 2 layers. It might give it 5 or 6 layers, especially on the yellow. Otherwise, the yellow with just 1 or 2 layers can look a little bit anemic. Put the colours in, hit print, and I'm good to go. Man, he looks so good. Those thinner layers enable you to get like an orange as well as a yellow and a red. So cool. What wasn't cool was what came next. I'd actually designed this part upside down. I mean, like, how could I do that? I do this for a living. How could I get it upside down? But I did. So it's back to Blender, flip the base 180 and change the cutter that basically selects the outside. I shrunk it all, not the Z height, because that's all set to get the layers, just the rest of it, and moved it around a little bit to get his eyes in the center again, and did it all again. The only difference is this part comes in wonky and I had to put it flat on the plate. Let's hope it's the right way around this time. Result, it fits perfectly, Maul slides in perfectly. Time to get it on the printer. I did make it just a little bit bigger so it would fit properly. It was a little tight the first time I printed it. And then I just put it together and wow, doesn't it look good? Whew. But wait, is Ben printing something? Kenobi! Maul takes comfort from the fact he's getting a second season. Ben hasn't yet.